Welcome back, y'all, to Be Greedy Eats. It's your favorite chef, Aaron Dodson. And remember, this ain't your grandmama's kitchen, so remember to wash your hands. Today, we're cooking jerk balsamic glazed lamb chops. Let's get cooking. And remember, this ain't your grandmama's kitchen. Okay, y'all, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna chop up some rosemary. So you're literally just gonna take some fresh rosemary sprigs, take them off, and you're just going to pull off the leaves right here. You only need about 2 for this. So what the rosemary is gonna do, it's gonna add a really nice fragrance to the glaze, and you're literally just gonna chop these up. It does get a little bit messy, but just make sure it stays on the cutting board and not all over your table, because you know some of y'all be dirty in the kitchen. Okay, y'all, now that our rosemary's done, we can get right to these lamb chops. So most of the time, you can either find these in racks or you can get them already pre-sliced. And I'm gonna show y'all how to cut them. So it's pretty much just taking your knife, and you're literally just going to go in between the bones and slice them. And again, these are pre-Frenched lamb chops. Now, what Frenching means is that you're pretty much taking the fat off of the bones and you're pretty much just Frenching the bone. You're pretty much scraping all of the fat off of the bone. Now, when it comes to lamb chops, you really wanna make sure that you don't overcook them. Lamb chops are a little bit gamier and they cook very, very fast. So you wanna make sure that you cook them just till about their medium. So look how pretty that is. Look at that. Ain't that nice? All right, y'all, now let's season. Okay, y'all, so now we're gonna sear these lamb chops and just take a regular skillet, add a little bit of that oil. I would put it on like medium-high heat. That's the biggest thing with lamb chops. You wanna make sure it's a nice brown sear, but that's all you really, really want, because we're gonna finish cooking them in the glaze, and we're gonna make the glaze in the same pan that we sear the lamb chops in. Y'all gotta make sure that the oil is hot. If you don't see a little bit of smoke from the oil, then the oil's not ready yet. So we have our lamb chops. I'm gonna take them and we're just gonna sear them in batches. Ah, listen to that, my God, today. And you wanna leave them alone. Leave the lamb chops alone. You wanna do about like 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Use tongs if you at home, but I'm a professional. Look at that. Look at how nice that is. A nice brown sear on each side. Now when cooking lamb chops, again, you wanna cook them till medium. I don't like to cook my lamb chops over 145. This is the brown sear that you're looking for when making your lamb chops, okay? I've already taken my lamb chops out of the skillet and I just kept a little bit of that oil in so we can start making our glaze. So I'm gonna take some minced garlic paste. You can use fresh garlic. Again, sometimes you don't have time to cut garlic and I hate the way it feels in my fingers half the time. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of garlic paste, about 2 tablespoons or so, add it to the skillet. Then we're gonna take some jerk paste. You do not wanna be liberal with this stuff. You only wanna do about 1 tablespoon of this. Now, I know some of y'all are a little bit picky on what jerk paste you use. You can either use Grace's or Walker's Wood. This is what I found in the store. And now we're gonna add in our balsamic vinegar. We're gonna use about 1/2 cup. And then when mixed with the garlic, the jerk paste, and then the honey, for some added sweetness, it's gonna be even better. So we're gonna add this to our skillet. And your nose and your eyes are gonna be a little bit wide when you throw this in the skillet. We're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of honey. And what the honey's gonna do is it's gonna help thicken the balsamic vinegar. But if you're not prone to honey or brown sugar, you can just literally reduce the balsamic vinegar itself because it has a natural sweetness in it and the natural sugars inside of it are gonna reduce really, really, really nicely. I'm just gonna mix this, make sure that the heat is on high, about medium high. And you're gonna let this reduce for a couple of minutes, but you can already smell it. Now your house will be smelling like vinegar for a good 10-15 minutes, so just be aware of that. And as you can see, it's starting to bubble here. The sugars are starting to caramelize, and it's gonna get nice and thick. And that's the biggest thing with glazes. You wanna make sure that your glazes have a nice consistency and texture to them because you're gonna be basting the lamb chops in this glaze. You can already see it's starting to thicken a bit. And then with the added garlic and jerk paste, it's gonna help with the thickness of the glaze. But this is starting to smell good already. Woo! We're gonna throw our rosemary in and just sprinkle it in there. And again, this will also add some nice texture as well. And so this part, we're just gonna add our lamb chops back in and just baste them in the glaze. And then once you baste them a couple times, let them cook in the sauce. Make sure all the lamb gets it on there. Okay, y'all, our lamb chops are done, and my God, today, again, I only did 4 because I want to show y'all how we plate these. You wanna make sure you plate them real nice. I'm gonna take a little bit of mash, put it in the center of my plate. And again, if you wanna eat more mashed potatoes than this, go right ahead, because some of y'all, you know, be big back. I decided not to be big back right now. But when I eat these things, I sure will. And again, I'm using my hands. My hands are clean, okay? and place my asparagus on top. And look how pretty that looks already. Now look at this lamb chop right here. See how pretty that glaze is? It done got nice and thick, my God, my God. And then I'm gonna arrange them in the way that I kinda want them. Uno, dos, and then just one more. Again, if you want 4, go right ahead. I'm not telling you what to do, that's your business, in the words of my auntie Tabitha Brown. Now look how pretty that looks, my God, my God. We're gonna do a little glazy glaze on top. So if your glaze thickens up just a tad too much, just add a couple tablespoons of water. Again, do it by 1 tablespoon at a time, and then so you can get that nice, pretty consistency. And now, just a little bit of parsley, something green on top, you know, put a little plate grass on top, amen? Now look how pretty that looks. Look at that, my God, my God. This is the recipe you don't know how to make because your grandma never taught you how to cook. 5-star quality at home on a budget. Okay, now I'm gonna take my little gloves off because I'm hungry and I'm gonna eat with them. You can use a fork and knife if you want to, but I'm at home and I'm finna eat. So now we're gonna taste this. Look at that, look at that. So let's eat. Jesus lives in this, amen? Dang! I gotta get my camera people to try this out because this thing right here is good as I don't know what. Shout out to my daddy for teaching me how to cook. I love you too, mama, but again, you told us we gotta cook for you and we gotta make you some money. This was another big back recipe with your favorite chef, Aaron Dotson, here at Be Greedy Eat. Y'all better come get you one of these before I eat it all.